I've so far seen James Harden, Stephen A. Smith, James Harden with the fat suit on, Jaylen Brown, and Drake.
It wasn't white. Wasn't it like a cream? I liked the cream. You got anything else on this game?
I don't know. I just don't know how to recover from that one.
Hello and welcome back to this episode of the Engage A podcast. I am Josh with my co-host,
Mike.
And today we are back for week 4 already, which is crazy. I don't want to say we're a fourth of the way through the season, but we almost are.
We are.
At this point.
That's a quarter of the way.
No, because it's not 16 games anymore. It's
It pretty much is. I'm counting it.
I'm not. I'm going to say we're less than a quarter. But we're here for week 4. As always, we got our usual segments today. We're going to go over the injuries. We're going to go over game by game, a recap of week 4. And then at the end, we have our NFL knockout game where each week we each individually pick a team that we do not think can make the playoffs. And at the end of the season, we'll have 18 teams that are knocked out and 14 that are in the playoffs and see who gets the most accurate group. But we got to start all that off with injuries, Mike. Unfortunately, our first one here, Skylar Thompson, robbed in Dublin, minor injuries.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I've not heard that.
I'm breaking that news to you.
You're breaking that news to me.
Yeah.
I did not hear about that.
He was robbed in Dublin and has minor injuries.
That's crazy. Poor fella.
Yeah, I mean, I had to throw that in. I don't know if it counts for injuries.
I can't believe that didn't make a bigger news segment anyway.
It did. I saw it. I saw it everywhere today.
Oh, I did not see it.
They talked about it on Red Zone many, many times. Were you not up for the London or for the? I keep calling it the London game.
I was awake for it, but I mean, I was
half paying attention.
I was awake for it at points.
I get it. And it's Skylar Thompson, so
yeah.
I think a lot of people, that was the first time they found out that he was on the Steelers.
I had known he was on the Steelers. I was unaware he gets robbed.
Yeah, and
Can't be at gunpoint though.
No, I think it was probably at
Can't
knife point.
be.
I don't know, but look at us already talking about paraphernalia in the first minute of the episode. Yeah, don't take us down YouTube. Ryan Kelly's our next one here. Staying in Dublin, concussion for him, and we saw it. We'll talk about this Vikings game very, very soon. We saw it with this offensive line. Him and I think Darisaw's hurt as well for them.
Well, Darisaw's back, but
no, it's who else is hurt? I'm forgetting.
It was the tackle.
They have another offensive lineman that's
could have been the tackle. I think.
Yeah, I can't remember who it is, but we really saw it with the Vikings. They struggled for the entirety of that game, but especially on the offensive line.
Yeah, offensive line was not good there, and that's definitely part of it. He's a great center. We know that, but he's getting older and he's had injury issues in his past, so I think it was kind of due to happen. I mean, he's like 33 now.
Yeah, so. And I'll talk about it more with the Vikings segment, but I feel like the Vikings are a team that cannot have this O-line struggle.
No, and you said it was a concussion? Yeah.
Yeah. So
he's dealt with that a lot in the past, I'll tell you that much.
Common for him?
Yes.
Staying with O-line injuries, though, Joe Alt, high ankle sprain, not good for the Chargers, who struggled today.
Not good. He got carted off, and that's someone they absolutely need. He's one of their best players on offense to protect Justin Herbert, and we saw that offense take a big decline today, so
yeah,
not ideal.
Yeah, and exactly like you said, I keep thinking, and I'll say it later, but this Chargers offense today felt like the Chargers against the Texans in the first round of the playoffs last year.
Yeah. It was not good.
Where they just struggled. Herbert looked bad. And a lot of it is Joe Alt, which hopefully, I mean, it's high ankle. High ankle is tough for receivers. It's even more tough when you're 300 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Not good for the Chargers at all.
Not good at all. And, I agree with.
Probably the worst injury of the day here, Malik Nabers torn ACL.
Oh, yeah, that was. And they're lucky if that's only a torn ACL is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, and I don't know if you were watching Red Zone, but Scott Hansen didn't say ACL. He said the actual whatever ligament. And I was
anterior cruciate ligament.
I was like, that's kind of a come on, just say ACL. It's too soon to be dropping the full name.
Yeah, I think it's just almost like a curse at New York.
Yeah, and it was in New York, right?
We saw it was in New York. It was at MetLife. I mean, the Jets had the Rodgers injury right when they had all their hype.
Yep.
This is the Giants to get a new quarterback. He has a great first drive. Everything's going their way. Scadaboo's playing well and a deep ball, and he just goes and tears his anterior cruciate ligament.
He did, indeed. And I will say,
or however you pronounce it,
he didn't. I don't think he got a ton of targets today, Wan'Dale Robinson, but his stock is shooting up after this.
Yeah, 100%.
1,000%. And he's easily the second best receiver on that team after Nabers, so now he's the best. It's just, does Dart want to get the ball to him? And I'm sure we'll talk about Dart extensively later on here. But move on to a couple Lions injuries here. Terrion Arnold, DJ Reed, cornerback 1 and 2. DJ Reed with a hamstring, Arnold with a shoulder that he's been dealing with, went out with it again. Bad, but the Lions were able to overcome it today. Of course, they were playing against Joe Flacco.
Yeah, and you're playing against a Browns offense that isn't throwing too much at you, so
Yeah.
it's those are injuries you can deal with for this game. You just don't want them long term.
Yeah, and Reed had his first pick. Arnold, we'll talk about Arnold later.
I think there might be almost better players. What I'm hearing online.
Addition by subtraction.
Yes.
Situation,
An
maybe
addition
not
by
with DJ Reed
subtraction
though. Not with
situation.
DJ.
No, not
Reed.
with DJ Reed, but with Terrion Arnold.
Yeah, DJ Reed going down is bad, and hamstring I don't like either. But
no.
Okay, we'll move on here. Last one of the early slate. Lane Johnson shoulder. Believe I'm gonna have to control F my notes here. But was it shoulder last time for him? Oh no, it was neck last time. He got a neck injury last week, shoulder injury this week.
Yeah, so he's dealing with the upper body injuries a lot right now.
Yeah.
Not ideal, but that Eagles team is rolling right now, so
it's offensive linemen too. It happens. They're always banged up.
I don't think he misses games even when he's hurt. So.
No, he doesn't. So he'll probably be fine. Malik Nabers was the biggest injury of the day just because it was season ending, and we know that for sure. But as far as the most important player to get injured happened an hour ago, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Goes out with a hamstring injury.
Yeah, and it was a weird one. They just showed him on the sidelines. He didn't have his helmet or anything. I mean, it was only the end of the third quarter, a minute left. They were down 30-13. So I feel like they didn't make it too big of a deal. I hope he's all right. Need him to be all right. And Ravens starting 1-3, not a good start. And you need him to be okay.
It was right in that. Obviously, yeah. I think they need Lamar to be okay. But yeah, I mean, it happened right in that area where it's like, okay, we can come back from down 17 at the end of the third, for sure. But is it like to the point where we're willing to risk Lamar for a possible comeback?
Worse hamstring injury.
Yeah, and if they do come back, it's not like it's like it's a regular win. That would be like that's a pretty impressive comeback. So you're already betting against those odds. And then you put Lamar in there who already has a hamstring injury, something that's very easily to re-injure and make it worse. I understand why he didn't play.
Yeah, I completely understand as well. I don't know if Harbaugh said anything yet, if they've had the press conference this quickly. Unless it was only like he said.
Yeah, it was very quick. But, I mean, that game might not even be over yet, to be completely honest. But, Lamar, very, very, very bad. Marlon Humphrey also for the Ravens goes out with a calf injury. And if this Ravens secondary couldn't get worse, it's going to. With no Marlon Humphrey.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm trying to look up Lamar for anything with an injury, and I've so far seen James Harden, Stephen A. Smith, James Harden with the fat suit on, Jaylen Brown, and Drake, all as
Lamar.
AI edits of Lamar.
That's so hilarious.
They
what
say
a
Lamar,
group there.
Lamar when he plays the Chiefs.
Nightmare rotation. Actually, maybe not.
I don't think that's
actually no. That's probably
dream.
A good
maybe
rotation.
It could be a dream rotation. Well,
but what was it? Drake, Stephen A, and who
Drake,
else?
Stephen A, James Harden with the fat suit,
and Jaylen Brown.
And Jaylen Brown.
No, it's actually probably a good. I mean, Jaylen Brown might be a tough hang.
Yeah, I don't know.
Stephen A maybe too, but no, it's not a bad group.
That's not a bad group.
And then another Ravens one here. Roquan Smith goes out with a hamstring. But the Ravens are 1-3, like you said. Now their defense has looked bad even when they weren't banged up, and now you're down Lamar, Marlon Humphrey, Roquan Smith. They're already down Matabuke.
He just went on IR,
yeah. Travis, what is his name? It's escaping me. Hold on. Stand by. Travis Jones and Kyle Van Noy are both out. So, they're in a really, really bad spot right now. They are.
And, I mean, that was a defense where had a bad start to the year, start to the year last year. But towards the end of the year, they really started picking it up. Their pass defense was improving. They had a really good unit going into the playoffs. And to start this year, it's been very, very bad.
Yeah.
To say the least. We saw them put up 40 points against the Bills and still lose. And now we're pretty much just dominated by the Chiefs all game. And that was the Chiefs offense that hadn't been great. So
yeah, exactly. And the Chiefs desperately need that win. We'll talk about that game like an hour from now. But the last injury on the list here, similar to how you said with the Giants, they had their big moment and then they kind of have the injury that sorrows it with the Malik Nabers torn ACL. Not as bad because it doesn't look like it's going to be that long term, but the Jags have their big moment winning in San Francisco and they lose Trayvon Walker in the process with a wrist injury.
Yeah, it's not good. This Jags team is starting to show out. Some of their guys are starting to perform, and defensively they've been solid, so that's a guy you don't want to lose, but that defense is still playing well, so that's a good thing for them.
Yep, and that, I believe, is it here, so unless you got any ones that throw at me that I missed, we can start here.
I thought there was one, but maybe not.
I know last week I missed James Conner. The way I do it, little peek.
That might have been who I was thinking of for some reason was James Conner.
I just look at the red zone bar on the bottom and just see those are usually the main injuries. So unless like you get one that happens at the end right before we record, like James Conner.
Yeah, I think we got pretty much all of them.
All right, cool.
Except for maybe Xavier Howard, injured with old age.
Yeah,
and washed.
We'll
get to that later.
We'll get to him in about an hour as well. But you can start us off here with Thursday Night Football, the Seahawks and the Cardinals.
Yeah, 23-20 final. Seahawks escape with a win after I think they had like a 20-yard game-winning drive with the new NFL rules. If you kick it into the end zone, they just get the ball at the 35-yard line, which is kind of ridiculous. We're going from like maybe 10 years ago, maybe even like 5 years ago almost. You kick it for a touchback and it goes to the 20.
Yeah.
They just want returns so desperately, which, I mean, I love kick returns, but at the same time, I don't know if it's worth just a 20-yard game-winning drive. It's just absolutely nothing. But Seahawks were the better team in this game. The Cardinals had a flurry late where they looked good. Honestly, in the first half, the Cardinals weren't good at all. But in the second half, they figured some stuff out, mainly their top pick, Marvin Harrison, last year. Awful first half, had a route where he kind of just stopped running, led to an interception, and then 2 possessions later, he has a drop that goes right in for an interception. But in the second half, he did figure it out. He had, I think, 6 catches for 65 yards or something in the second half. Had a big touchdown where he mossed, what's his name? Escaping me. Devin Witherspoon, I think. I think he was over Witherspoon. So I think it was Witherspoon. But just a nice one for the Seahawks, up to 3-1 now, tied for the division lead at this point. Kenneth Walker had a solid day on the ground. Charbonnet, not so solid, as it seems to be the main thing with them. And yeah, when they're able to run the ball, they're a lot better of a team.
No, I agree, but you buried the lead. The jerseys.
Oh yeah.
What were the Cardinals wearing?
I liked them.
You did? You liked the speckle?
I liked the speckle, yeah.
the paintbrush on
I thought it was decent. I like the white helmets as well.
I like the white helmets a lot. I really like the white helmets.
I like when the uniform matches, and that's what it was.
It wasn't white. Wasn't it like a cream?
Yeah, but
I liked the cream.
Ooh. Ooh. That's crazy.
Yeah, so
that is...
the Seahawks moved to 3-1. I've been saying the Seahawks defense is really, really good. I've been saying it for 2 years now. And you got anything else on this game?
I thought I did, but I don't know. I just don't know how to recover from that one.
Oh my god.
We need to put that one at the little start video.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna finish that sentence because I don't want to be putting that. I do have a stat. It was the first time since at least 1988 that the Cardinals have lost 2 games in a row on the final play of regulation.
Who'd they lose to last week?
Last week they lost on I think it was another.
It was the 49ers, yeah.
Yeah, 49ers on the game-winning field goal by Eddie Pinheiro. So, but yeah, the only thing I don't get with the Seahawks is their infatuation with Charbonnet. I understand maybe for the 1-yard runs on the goal line, or a 3rd and 1 maybe, but there was at a point in this game where Kenneth Walker ripped off a couple pretty good runs, and then they put in Charbonnet. He went like -3, 1, -3, and they just left him in the game. Kenneth Walker did get a bad unsportsmanlike penalty, and then they benched him for Charbonnet for like 2 whole possessions. So he's a better running back, but Mike McDonald, Michigan guy, maybe he doesn't like
that could be it.
Maybe he doesn't like Michigan State.
I didn't know he was a Michigan guy.
He coached there.
Oh wow.
That's where Jim Harbaugh got him from.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
They swapped defensive coordinators.
What was I going to say? Oh yes, the Seahawks. I heard something that, and I saw it all day today. I guess the Seahawks are looking to trade Tariq Woolen.
I don't know if I don't think that would shock me.
Why though? Like, why would you publicly say that?
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me if they did, but I wouldn't do it at this point unless they have to probably pay him soon. So
yeah, I just don't understand the publicizing of it.
Yeah,
that just doesn't give you any leverage in trades.
It might have just somehow got out, escaped.
I guess. And then the other thing about the Seahawks, I think they're so close. Legitimately, if they can get a good offensive line, I think they're one of the best teams in the NFC. This defense is so good. Darnold is capable. And, I mean, we'll talk about the Vikings, but I have a lot of respect for Darnold after what we've seen so far. And I don't know. I mean, they have a ton of weapons. JSN. I think we said whether it was maybe one of the division reviews at the end of last season. I think we said that JSN could be in contention for Offensive Player of the Year in the NFL. That's not a bad take. He's playing really, really well.
He is playing well. I mean, he had a bad first half, and he
He was
responded in the
quiet.
second half with, I think he had all of his catches in the second half.
did.
4 catches, 79 yards
Including
in the
the one
second
that
half.
set up the field goal to win it.
Yeah. Because in the first half, he only had all of his stats were the 3 carries for 11 yards. So,
exactly.
yeah, he's been very good this year. I think he needs to do a lot more to win Opoi, but he's playing well.
Yep. And we will move on to talking about their matchups for next week. Seahawks are going into Tampa. Seahawks got Tampa at home. I like the Seahawks there.
I'm going to go Tampa. The Seahawks at home isn't as big of a deal anymore as it used to be.
What's crazy enough is I made a video about this matchup, and I said that, and I picked the Bucs before today's games. I said that was my exact thing, is the Seahawks home field advantage isn't what it used to be.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy you said that. But I'm picking the Seahawks now. I'm changing my pick because, I don't know, today with the Bucs gave me some concerns. We'll talk about that in a bit.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're playing against Eagles, but and then Cardinals are playing the Titans. That's a layup for the Cardinals. They should win that game at home.
They should win that game, but maybe Cam Ward's speech in the post game will get him going. We'll talk about that in a few.
Moving on here to Ireland, our first overseas game of the NFL season. The Vikings beat the Steelers, final score of 24-21. The Steelers led for most of this game. Kenneth Gainwell was really the star of the show, though. Jalen Warren has been their RB1 so far this season. He goes down. He does not play in this game. Gainwell goes for 134 and 2 touchdowns. He was the star. Isaiah Rodgers on the Vikings recorded the fastest speed in NFL history with 23.32 miles per hour, chasing down DK Metcalf on a touchdown that DK scored on. So he didn't even catch DK, and he still reached the fastest time ever. Not really sure how that's possible.
Yeah.
But I guess it is. And then Jefferson was pretty good today as well. He seems like he's in a groove with Wentz now. He had 10 catches for 126. And what I was going to say about this Vikings team, we said with Ryan Kelly, and it's just escaping me the other guy who got hurt on the Vikings, and it's really, really bothering me. But their offensive line just struggled so much today against this front from the Steelers. Steelers were all over them. TJ Watt gets a pick in this game. And, this is a classic case here where it feels like, hey, if there was one more quarter,
yeah,
the Vikings probably win this game. Because it was classic Tomlin. You're starting to choke a game away, and he gets a 4th and short at midfield, and he punts it. And it did work out for him this time, but it felt for a moment there that it wasn't going to work out for him, and Wentz was starting to get in a groove, unfortunately. 45 seconds, no timeouts, and Carson Wentz is not a good recipe for scoring late.
But a big reason that they didn't have enough time was my counter. You had mentioned that Isaiah Rodgers had the fastest speed before. My counterpoint was that Peyton Wilson of the Steelers reached a top speed of 22.48 when he was tracking down Jordan Addison late in the game to make that tackle. It was the fastest speed by a linebacker ever recorded in the next-gen stats era. And that tackle ran 61 seconds off of the clock, which in the end helped the Steelers with a lot less time. So
there you go. Who's that, Peyton Wilson?
Peyton Wilson, yeah.
Big play.
Jordan Addison, it was his first game coming off of his suspension. Not bad, I'd say. 4 catches, 114 yards for him.
Decent.
But he did get hawked down on that one, and it did hurt him. Justin Jefferson, this is what you want to see if you're a Justin Jefferson fantasy owner. A massive game from him. 10 catches, 126 yards. The issue for the Vikings, though, like you said, the offensive line. Yeah. That was it. They didn't run the ball well in this one at all. The pass game had to really carry, and the Steelers they're well on track to finish with their normal 9-8 record, like I already called.
Yeah.
So
it seems to be a problem. My thing here is, I think it's because we see the teams like the Niners, and I think the Niners and the Vikings are two similar teams in the aspect right now where it's like, okay, you have good weapons, used to be a good offensive line for the Vikings until all the injuries, and a good head coach. So it's like, okay, you can plug and play a quarterback in there. The Niners did it with Purdy. They had Jimmy Garoppolo in there. You saw the Vikings did it with Sam Darnold. Now they're having to do it with Carson Wentz because J.J. McCarthy's hurt. And to be honest, they're kind of doing it with J.J. McCarthy as well. But then the offensive line goes down, and the coaching and the weapons don't seem to matter as much anymore. And I think that's the main point here is the offensive line is almost the most important thing out of those 3 elements that make what we call a quarterback-friendly system with the coach, weapons, and O-line. And we saw it here with the Vikings. It went down, and Carson Wentz wasn't able to thrive. And same thing with J.J. McCarthy. The offensive line hasn't been good this year, and he hasn't been able to be as great because of that.
Yeah, I mean, how hot of a take is it to say that an offensive line is the most important part of an offense?
It's 2 to quarterback. Quarterback's always one.
I mean,
It's the most
Joe Burrow.
important. It's the most important position in.
Joe Burrow, though.
I mean, they're bad without Joe Burrow.
Yeah, but bad offensive line. Were they good with Joe Burrow?
Yeah,
I guess they were off to a good start, but
last year they were pretty good too.
I'm not saying that the offensive line is more important. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
how hot of a take is it to say that?
I think it's a hot take just because quarterback is the most important position in all of sports, but it's easily 2. It's easily over weapons all day.
Yeah,
Like the Penei Sewell, Jamar Chase.
that's what I was trying to kind of get at.
It's 100% over weapons. No
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
I
I would pick quarterback over offensive line, but I'm trying to just weigh it because I mean, offensive line can make a quarterback.
Oh,
Can a
100%.
quarterback, I guess.
Can't really
make an
make an
offensive
offensive
line.
It can't really make an offensive line.
Yeah,
There it is. Maybe that's the
maybe
point.
that's the point right there.
Stumbled into it. We've made it to bye season because the
Oh,
Steelers next
yeah.
game is a bye.
And I think the Bears have a bye next
Bears
week
do
as
as
well.
well. We can just touch on this here. I know I complained about it a lot last year because the Lions had a week 5 bye. It sucks to have a week 5 bye.
It does.
It's bad. Like maybe the Bears could kind of use it because this was a bad loss for them. Or no, they won.
There's one.
Never mind. They blocked the field goal.
Yeah,
Never mind. It's a bad bye.
yeah. They finally get some momentum.
Yeah, I had it in my head just stored in the Bears lost that game. They should have lost. But Vikings at Browns, London. Stat here for you, not really a stat, and honestly not even that fun at all. But the Vikings are the first team ever now to play back-to-back games in different countries that are not the U.S.
Yeah, so then they'll play 3 games in a row in 3 different countries.
They will. They will probably.
Oh, they already have. They will.
Yeah.
'Cause America, Dublin.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they were saying that on the TV, I could not believe that they were playing back-to-back games. I kind of be pissed if I mean, I guess you're not traveling.
No, I get it. I think it makes sense. The Jags do it all the time.
The Jags do, yeah. But they're not the Jags.
Mommy with the
It's the
Jags.
London Jags. So.
Yeah, and the Vikings are playing the Browns in London. They should win that game.
Yes.
All right, take us to the next one here. Commanders Falcons.
Commanders Falcons after a 30-0 pummeling by a Panthers team, which after watching
What
this,
happened?
just genuinely what happened last week. That had to have been like a fever dream or something.
Yeah.
But
How bad are the Falcons? How bad are the Commanders actually?
I don't. Yeah, no idea if you do the transitive property or whatever.
Holy.
How
How much better are the Patriots than the Commanders with the transitive property?
Yeah. They're the best team in football versus like a Mac program.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
But Michael Penix bounces back, has a great day after people were just, I guess, asking Raheem Morris about starting Kirk Cousins instead of him. But good game, 20 for 26, 300-plus yards, 2 touchdowns, does throw a pick. They got the ball to Bijan a lot today, 4 catches and 106 receiving yards for him, gets another 75 on the ground. And they were saying it on Red Zone, I believe. What a day for the big 3. All got a touchdown.
Yeah.
Drake London with a touchdown, Kyle Pitts with a touchdown,
I got that on
and
here.
Bijan. Love to see that if you're an Atlanta fan. That's what you've been waiting for.
Give me
Kyle
a big
Pitts,
3 that's better than those 3.
Tyler Warren, Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman. I'm taking that. I think Tyler Warren's way better than Kyle Pitts. And I think Jonathan Taylor's close to Bijan. And I think Pittman's decently close to Drake London.
That's actually a good. I was saying that as a joke, name of a better trio, but that's a good debate there.
I mean, I think it's pretty similar, honestly.
I think so. I think Warren's better than Kyle Pitts, and I do think Bijan's. No, I just take the Falcons. I do think Bijan's better than JT.
I think JT's better than Bijan, but that's my opinion.
That's a flip, and then I think London is considerably better than Pittman in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, you got those CMC, Kittle, and Ricky Pearsall.
Ricky Pearsall, not bad.
I'm trying to think of teams with good tight ends.
Laporta, Monroe, Gibbs.
Yeah, that's one.
I'd take that over. Wait, what's the one with the Falcons? Yeah, I would take Laporta and Monroe.
Yeah, I would too, and I think I'd take the Colts over the Falcons as well still. And then there's the
Would
Raiders.
you take the Colts over the Lions, sir?
No, Jacoby Myers. Oh, over the Lions 3? I think no, because the Lions 3 is younger.
Yeah.
But I do think Laporta's better than Warren. Or Warren's better than Laporta.
Yeah. The biggest gap there is easily Amon-Ra and
Pittman.
Yeah. But all right, we can end the dumbest conversation of all time.
I was trying to think of the Raiders too because they have Brock Bowers, but Jacoby Myers.
Trey Tucker.
Yeah.
Trey Tucker, Brock Bowers, Genty.
No. Does not.
What's the Bears? Swift, Adunze,
got to be Kmet, even though Kmet is ass.
Yeah. He had a good catch today, didn't he?
I was seeing a lot of Bears fans. I must have missed the play where he messed up, but he must have made a bad play.
The Commanders, though. Their secondary is worrying me. And honestly, their defense in general, though, has been bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Mariota was solid today. He's mobile. He doesn't really make bad decisions. He had a couple bad. I think he had 1 or 2 picks today.
I think just one.
Just one, yeah. I mean, he's definitely. Who'd you say was better? Cooper Rush, maybe?
And I think the guy who's on the other side, Kirk Cousins. I think that's the Kirk Cousins.
No.
Oh, Kirk Cousins is better than Mario. Don't even do that.
No, I don't want to see Kirk out there.
That is
Kirk's
crazy.
Kirk's done, bro. The way he was moving at the end of last year.
Still, I'm taking Kirk. I'm taking Russell Wilson now as well.
I might take Russ. Yeah, I might take Russ.
Give me a guy like Jacoby as well, maybe a guy like Gardner.
I'm taking Mariota.
I don't know. I mean,
Anthony Richardson? No, I'm taking Mariota over Anthony Richardson.
Nah.
You are too, right?
Me for my team, no.
Not like long term. Like who's a better quarterback? Mariota's a better quarterback right now than Anthony Richardson.
Probably, but I still would pick Anthony Richardson just because.
We've done 142 episodes of the show now. This debate and the big three of being in the same game might be our worst 2 debates of all time. Just so dumb. But I mean, I guess that says for a game that was pretty interesting too, to be honest. The Falcons were winning this entire game, but they were like up 2 scores, then up 1 score, then up 2 scores, then up 1 score. The Commanders just couldn't close that gap.
Yeah, and and Washington again really. They finished with 147 rushing yards, but 6.7 yards per carry, decent. Mariota was most of those. I was expecting a lot more. Bill Merritt didn't get it. Really was completely split between him and Chris Rodriguez. I think I had the snap total. I think it was like 51-49 or something. Jeez. But that wasn't what I was expecting. And on top of that, Debo has another big game. So they just need to get back Terry and Jane Daniels, I think. I don't think they can be a serious team with Mariota. That's just my opinion. I agree. Love him.
No, all right, now I love him. Their defense sucks.
It was only 35% for Bill. My bad.
That's crazy. I mean, their defense sucks right now, though. So obviously, Mariota, even if Daniels was in, they'd still not be great.
And we could kind of see that coming from before the season.
For sure. But okay, Falcons are on bye next week. Commanders are going into LA. It's going to be 2 teams desperately needing a win. Not desperately, but the Chargers had a really bad loss, and the Commanders are coming off 2 losses now, right?
Yeah, you just said going into LA, and I was concerned on which team it was.
I didn't say the Chargers.
Yeah, you just said going into LA.
No, they're playing the Chargers.
I'm taking the Chargers in that, though, even if Daniels plays.
I think I'm taking the Chargers as well. Defense is too bad. Herbert should have a much better day against this defense.
Can only hope.
Than the Giants. Okay. Take us to, or wait, did I?
I mean, I can do it if.
No, it's me, right? Yeah. Saints Bills. I don't have a ton about this game, to be honest.
That's what I was going to say.
For a game that also was fairly close, what did the final score end up being in this game? It was 31-19. It was. Did you see the moment on Red Zone where we were looking at all 8 games and Scott was like, well, we got like 1 here that's a 1-score game, but this is the witching hour. It was this game. And I was like, well, we're not getting a witching hour. And we really didn't, to be completely honest. The Bills, though, they were in a sweat here at home against a horrid team, which is bad. James Cook scores again, which this sets a franchise record for him now with consecutive games with a rushing touchdown. 8 consecutive games with a rushing touchdown? Yeah, that's a franchise record. And then Josh Allen as well, basically setting a record. He's close. Games with 1 passing and 1 rushing touchdown. 45 for him now, ties with Cam Newton for first.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Did finally turn the ball over today, though.
Yep.
First turnover of the season for him. First turnover for the Bills as a team, I believe. I think there was 3 teams without a turnover. I think it was Colts, Jags, and Bills. Maybe not the Jags.
I think they all turned it over.
I know all 3 teams. I had it in my head, but yeah, all 3 teams that didn't have it ended up turning the ball over. It was a very interesting game. The Saints had a chance to go and take the lead later in the game in the second half, and out of everyone to throw an interception in the game, if you put money on Chris Olave to throw an interception, you won a lot of money. So,
hold on. You're 100% correct. And he actually had -2 points for most of this game because he just had the pick. But I just saw something on the TV here I have to point out. NBC's getting the Super Bowl this year?
Well, it can't be Fox.
It said February. It was like a legendary February. It was NBA All-Star Game and
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Because it can't be Fox. Was it last year? It was Brady. Did Fox have it back-to-back years?
I don't know. No, because it was Romo the year before. Or no, because it was Greg Olson and Kevin Burkhardt.
No, the year before it was CBS because it was jackpot Kansas City, I think, because they won in overtime against the Niners.
Oh, you're right.
And I think the year before that it was
jackpot Kansas City.
Fox.
Yep.
Yeah.
That makes
sense.
So
then NBC hasn't had it in a while.
Yeah, but I'm happy for it. I like an NBC Super Bowl.
I prefer an NBC Super Bowl.
Watch one.
Any of the
watch
three.
Watch one. Skip one. Super Bowl, NBA All-Star Game.
I think I'm gonna skip the
NBA All-Star Weekend. It's the whole weekend though.
Oh yeah, that changes it.
That's 3 days.
I thought we were saying that they're about to announce halftime show because I've been hearing that it's supposed to happen anytime.
Do you have a pick?
I've been thinking Dua Lipa.
Oh, I would love that. That would be great.
I did too. We have a close friend that said he would absolutely hate it.
Who?
Starts with a Z, ends with a T.
Really?
Yes.
That's I'm gonna have to have. Yeah, I figure.
I'll name drop him.
I'm gonna have full government. But yeah, I mean, I thought I saw a rumor it was somebody, but I can't remember who.
I bet you it's a woman. That's my thought. That's if I could put a bet down, I'm betting on a woman.
Oh, my pick's gonna be Adele.
That's another. Yeah, I think actually you're the one who said that.
My pick's gonna be Adele. That's all I got on this game. Saints are a fraud. I mean, the Bills just overlooked them.
I think this makes Spencer Rattler 0-10.
Does it?
I think this was the one. This was last week. I thought he was 0-9 last week, and this week
he still hasn't won a game.
No, because it would put him in elite territory with like Deshaun Kaiser as like 0-10 quarterbacks.
For some reason, that's just kind of sad to me. Like I kind of feel bad for him.
Like he hasn't been good, but he hasn't been that bad.
No, like there's been worse quarterbacks than him.
Like if he's a backup, I'm putting him there with Mariota for maybe a top backup. Honestly.
Well, I'll say this too, and I don't know why I just did this with my hand when I did that, but I'll say this too. You have to be good enough to play 10 games to get to 0-10. Like, there's guys that are so bad through 3 games that they're just, you put another guy in.
Or your team is so bad you're trying to lose, which I guess maybe that's what the Saints are doing. But he was there playing last year and hasn't been, I just don't think he's been 0-10 worthy. But the team he has around him isn't special.
Let's be honest. There's been some backups who have come in that have struggled for a couple games and mysteriously get hurt. And somebody else comes in and they never see the field again. That's not what's happening with Rattler here. He was good enough to stay for 10 games. The team just sucks so bad.
Yeah. I don't know where you're going with that unless you're going at J.J. McCarthy.
No, I wasn't saying a singular person.
I thought you were trying to go at J.J. McCarthy.
No, I wasn't saying a singular person at all. No, I'm just saying in general, like, that happens. Saints-Giants is next for the Saints. That's a winnable game. That was like the one on both of their schedules where we're like, they can take one of these. We didn't know the Giants were going to go and beat the Chargers, but
they did lose Nabers, though. That's a toilet bowl early in the season. That is very exciting. Does that have big implications for the number 1 pick? Probably, but maybe the Giants are a little bit better. But the Giants have such a hard schedule that I don't think so.
New Orleans. It's in New Orleans. I'm gonna go with the Giants. I just think they're the better team.
I'm going with the Giants as well, which I guess that sets up the Saints to go over in the season.
It does, but maybe at some point
I think they squeak out one.
I mean, because like it's so hard to make the picks in the beginning of the year because we're in our head we have to pretend every team is fully healthy.
Yeah,
like we looked at the, for example, Lions Bengals next week. It's a completely different game now.
Mm-hmm.
So like even if you wanted to be fancy and pick the Bengals to beat the Lions preseason, now it's like okay, well, if I was going to be fancy then, I'm definitely not going to be fancy now. And then Bills next week at home against the Patriots for Sunday Night Football.
That could be a great game. I'm going Bills.
I am going Bills as well. Next, we have the Browns and Lions here. Lions win this game 34-10.
It's supposed to be my turn.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to cut you off and take the Lions. If the Colts are my turn, you can abruptly do the same. The Lions always beat the shit out of the bad teams. They do. Like, the spread was 10. I took it just because they always beat the bad teams. And I know the Browns aren't a bad team because they beat the Packers and they've had a decent defense for the first couple weeks. They gave up 34 points today, so I don't know how great their defense is, and they're still the Browns, and their offense still is not good. So they sucked in this game. I will say, though, early, I had a note written down here that said the Lions' offensive line is the worst it's looked since week 1. That ended up not being the case after the first quarter. They figured it out for the rest of the game. They went on to get a lot better for protecting for Goff. On the Brown side, before I dive deep into the Lions here, Quinshon Judkins, I think he's going to be really, really good. Like, he's one of those backs that, like, you see him play, he breaks tackles, he's elusive, and he's playing with a pretty mid offensive line. So, like, I mean, we saw with Genty, first 3 weeks, he sucks because his offensive line was so bad, and it really wasn't his fault. Judkins has a bad offensive line. He's playing really, really well.
Yeah, he's been maybe their brightest spot so far. Isaiah Bond's also come in pretty much around the same time after missing the start of the year, and he's been almost their best receiver
Yep.
coming back. He's starting to emerge as a top weapon. He had 58 yards on 3 catches, led him there, but I don't have much to say about this game in any aspect. Didn't see too much of it just because of the Lions kind of dominating the game. Jameer Gibbs got an early touchdown, set the pace. Amon-Ra gets 2 more touchdowns to add to his total. He's trying to fight for that maybe wide receiver 1 in fantasy football.
I mean,
And, he's been, top 3 the last 3 years, so.
he's been great. Last 3 games, 23 catches, 262 yards, 6 touchdowns.
Yes, very good for him.
Pretty dominant.
That's gonna win a lot of games if you can get that. And this was the Browns defense that was number 1 going into the game on yards and everything. So putting up 34, I think, is impressive, but it's still early.
Big grab for Golden early here in the Packers game. But the Lions defense, they struggled that first drive. Obviously, that was the drive where the Browns got their first touchdown. They scored on the opening drive. They only scored 3 points for the remainder of the game. The Lions defense really settled in after that. The only negative note I really have outside of the injuries in this game is Goff and Jameson Williams do not seem to be on the same page. And that's been a problem at points in JMO's career. There's been times where him and Goff are super locked in and he's due for a deep shot every single game. And there's been times where they're just completely not locked in. They were not locked in today. JMO had 2 drops. Goff missed him on a couple throws. It was not good for them. The DJ Reed injury really sucks because he had his first pick today. Kirby Joseph actually got hurt on the block for DJ Reed's pick on his return. Kirby ended up coming back in this game. Hutch was everywhere. He got hurt. Thank God he was fine. He had 2 sacks, like 12 pressures, forced fumble. You can call him pressure boy all you want, but 12's a lot. And you get 2 sacks. You can
No, I mean, you get the sacks. That's good. I'm still going to call him, yeah, pressure boy. I got to find a better nickname than that, though.
Back-to-back punch-outs for him, too. Back-to-back weeks, Henry and Flacco. And then Khalif Raymond, big punt return for him. Basically iced the game. He hasn't had a punt return in, I think, since mid last year. So that's huge. And one of the biggest things I wanted to notice, we're 4 weeks in now. We're 4 games in. As far as for the teams, it's basically a quarter of the way through the season. And there was a lot of talk in the preseason. Lions are going to struggle early. They have new coordinators. Their offensive line isn't as good. So far, the Lions in 2024 or in 2025 are 34.3 points per game on offense, 22 points per game allowed on defense. Pretty good. Last year, as a whole year, 15-2, 33.2 points per game, slightly less, and then 20 points per game allowed, so slightly better on defense last year. But they're pretty comparable to last season, 4 weeks into this year, and these young guys are just getting older. The Lions are going to keep settling in with their new offensive coordinator, and I think they're completely fine. I still think they should be in consideration as Super Bowl favorites.
Yeah, I mean, I said that last week. I still think they're one of the top 4 teams that I think have a chance in the NFC. So, I mean, that's not going to change after beating the Browns. So, they're going to stay there.
Yeah, you can't really gain anything from that. Browns, though, we already said they're playing the Vikings in London. We both picked the Vikings there, and then the Lions are going into Cincinnati to play Browning and the Bengals, who Browning and the Bengals will be off a short week as well.
Yeah, I got the Lions.
Yeah, very easily. I think the Lions could win that game by double digits. All right. Take us to the next one here.
Yeah, this was a game where we had one of these last week. I think it was the Panthers last week.
It was the Panthers-Falcons, yeah.
You look away, and all of a sudden the game was just out of hand completely, and it was over. And that happened again this week. Panthers got up to like a 6-0 start, looked fine, but then all of a sudden the Patriots just went in there and killed them. I don't know where I saw it, if it was someone I talked to yesterday that's a Patriots fan, or where I saw it, but they said the Patriots are going to win by 2+ touchdowns. I kind of laughed at it a little bit, but
you should have.
They were definitely right.
You should have bet it.
They're definitely right. 42-13. It was just a dominating game. I think they said on Red Zone or on the broadcast, for first 4 quarters, Bryce Young had 8 giveaways, and he hasn't had any since. But that really didn't matter too much because
what? Say that again.
The first 4 quarters of the season, it was 8 giveaways. It was I can't remember the exact number.
In the first quarter of every game, you mean?
No, like total. No, maybe it was the first 8 quarters, 4 giveaways or something.
Oh, okay.
I think that's it. First 8 quarters,
so
4
2
giveaways.
Games, 4 giveaways. Got you.
And then since he hasn't really had one. So, but the giveaways weren't the problem. They just couldn't move the ball very well. And the defense, after pitching a shutout, had nothing going in this game, giving up 42. Drake May is in his 2nd season now, and he's looking like maybe the top quarterback, or at least one of the top quarterback. Maybe right behind Daniels as a quarterback 2 of that class, 14 for 17, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Didn't really have much of a running game again, but the offense was moving well, and him and Stephon Diggs really got going.
Yeah, I mean, this was just a complete ass kicking. The Patriots' special teams was really good in this game.
Yeah, Marcus Jones.
Yeah, Marcus Jones had a punt return touchdown and then another one. He had like 200. He had 150,
50.
I think, in the first quarter,
Yeah.
right? Which is just insane. That's basically that's 2 insane chunk plays or like 5 regular chunk plays. Like, that's huge. It was just a complete ass kicking in the first half. Biggest thing I took from this, Christian Gonzalez, was his first game back. I don't want to say he shadowed Tet McMillan, but he guarded him on 11 routes, 3 targets for Tet, 2 catches allowed, 31 yards, 3 tackles for Christian Gonzalez against Tet. So he completely locked him up. Gonzalez is one of the better young corners in the league. Doesn't get a lot of recognition because he is always hurt.
Yeah, that's his issue. He's got to stay on the field.
If he could stay on the field, he's great. And we saw this Patriots defense just be absolutely dominant at home. And this is what are we looking at now? Are they 2-2? Yeah, 2-2.
I mean,
solid.
Did I pick them? I think I might have picked them to finish second in this division. So
I think you did.
I'm feeling really good about that right now.
That's a good pick, especially with how the Dolphins have been. And last thing about the Panthers, they're 1-3. All 3 of their losses have come on the road so far this year. So they're undefeated at home.
Yeah,
that's big.
Haven't given up a point at home.
Yeah, I've not given up a point at home. All right, Panthers next week. They got the Dolphins. That'll be a good game. I got the Panthers in that at home.
I'm gonna lean Dolphins
on the road.
Or do yeah.
All right, and then we already said Pats at Bills for Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bills.
Okay, one of the most interesting games for us to talk about here today with the Chargers and the Giants. The Chargers losing to the New York Giants in this game, 21-18. We got to start with Dart. I want to start with Hampton so badly, but we got to start with Jaxson Dart. He was really, really good. 165 total yards, 2 total touchdowns. His athleticism was the thing that really just struck me the most. He was super athletic, scrambling everywhere. And I know you sometimes see that with young quarterbacks, and it's not a great thing if they're constantly like just resorting to tuck and run. And there was a lot of that this game for him, but he was effective with it. If you want to tuck and run and get a ton of yards, it's worth it. The problem is when you're tucking and running 20 times a game and you're only getting like 5 or 6 yards a carry. That's when it's a problem. That wasn't the case here with him. He did it when he had to. He was super efficient. And my main thing is it just really, really, really sucks for him that he lost Malik Nabers.
Yeah, I'd still think that's probably the biggest storyline of this game.
100%, unfortunately,
Nabers.
yeah.
And it happens at MetLife Stadium. I should have said this in the injuries part, but ACL and Achilles tears suffered on MetLife Stadium's turf since 2020. You got Nick Bosa, Solomon Thomas, Jabril Peppers, Wan'Dale Robinson, Sterling Shepard, Kyle Fuller, Aaron Rodgers, and now Malik Nabers. So
bad. And that's just the notable ones.
Yeah. Not great. And you invest a lot of money into these guys, and you're giving them maybe not a surface that's going to injure them more.
Yes.
So,
and we'll save Hampton for last because the Giants defense has to be the next thing we talk about.
Yeah, the Giants. Well, before that, that offense. Jaxson Dart was very good, like you said. I would have liked a little more in the passing game, but he was great on the ground. And someone else who was great on the ground was Cam Scatterbo, getting another 79 yards on the ground. Love the guy. No one uses their head, I feel like, more than Cam Scatterbo.
Nope.
And not in a smart way, just literally using his head.
Yeah.
Love to see. They're saying he's going to be like, he's going to have CTE by week. He already has CTE.
Yeah.
Shouldn't even say that.
So you might as well just let him keep going.
What's going to be going on through his brain by like week 10, week 11? He's going to be seeing things that aren't
He's an
real.
animal, though. He's an animal. I really, really like him.
I do, too. And wish they could have had that trio for longer, but I guess we'll have to wait till next year.
Yeah, and the Giants defense, though, I mean, they showed today what they can be at their full potential. We know they got the guys. They just haven't fully put it together. Today, they were fantastic. They pressured Justin Herbert on 47.7% of dropbacks today. Herbert averaged a 2.63 second time to throw, and that is just absurd. Abdul Carter, 8 pressures. Brian Burns, 6 pressures. Kayvon Thibodeau, 6 pressures. That's the big three. They go and get you 20 pressures. It's going to be really, really tough to beat a team like that. The only player that really did anything on offense for the Chargers, Omarion Hampton, completely dominated, 27 fantasy points, 12 carries, 128 yards, 1 touchdown, and 5 catches for 37 yards. All 5 of his targets. Dude was a stud, and what looked to be, at first, maybe a little bit of a busty draft class for the running backs here. All of a sudden, Genty, Hampton, Scatterbo, Judkins, Henderson if they give him more opportunities. Got some backs in this class.
I mean, I've always thought that. I mean, they have had bad starts, but got to go back and think about like Derrick Henry. He was behind what's his name?
Chris Johnson?
No, Deion, the dude from the Patriots.
Deion White?
It was Deion White or something.
Or no, James. I'm getting him confused with James White. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he was behind him his rookie season
Yes.
though, as a running back, and he's turned out to be a top 10 running back all time. So
yeah, it worked out.
Running backs, they don't always start right away and just dominate the league. We don't always see that. Guys like Saquon are different. Ezekiel Elliott started out incredible, but they take their time, and Omarion Hampton showed in this game that he can be a dominant back, as well as I think it's safe to say for this Chargers offense that there's a number one receiver.
Yo,
it's not Lad McConkey.
It is not.
And it's not Keenan Allen.
It is not.
It's Quentin Johnston. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
He catches 98 yards and a touchdown for Quentin Johnston.
He was the laughing stock.
Literally
the laughing stock. And now he's all of a sudden better than Lad McConkey.
The butt of so many memes.
So many.
The fact that he's gotten through it is impressive.
It would be like if Kadarius Toney somehow figured it out and got good. Like, yeah, wow. I'm happy for him. I like Quentin
I'm trying
Johnston.
to think of who else was all drafted in that spot. That was the 2022 draft?
Yeah, pull it up here. But regardless, the fact that you have to say that they have a guy and you have to say that it's not Lad and it's not Keenan Allen tells us that this Chargers offense is loaded, and if they can get Alt healthy, their offensive line is really good with Alton Slater at the tackles. Herbert is obviously one of the best in the league. We've seen him be good through the first 3 weeks. And then you add in Lad, Keenan, Quentin Johnston. They had Najee, but they have Omarion Hampton, who's now been able to be like a pseudo Eckler for them, I mean, that's really what he is. He's a hard runner. He breaks tackles and he catches passes. He's a pseudo Eckler for them. And yeah, this Chargers offense is just loaded.
It must be the 2023 draft.
It was 2023 because they lost to Georgia in January of 2023.
Yeah.
So how long does it take him to pull up?
Well, I said 2022. And you said 2022.
No, I didn't. I didn't confirm it. I just said I guess.
Okay. Well, I can't find it. I'm lost.
All right. How about this? We'll go over their matchups here, and then you will kick us off with Eagles Buccaneers, and I'll find it.
I got it. There's JSN, Quentin Johnston, Zay Flowers, Jordan Addison. How do you rank those 4 receivers?
Name them again.
JSN.
Yeah.
Number 1, no matter what. Quentin Johnston, Zay Flowers, Jordan Addison.
Addison's definitely last, and JSN's definitely 1. The middle 2 is tough.
Yeah, I think I agree, and I think I put Zay at 2.
I think I put Zay at 2 as well.
Those
So
were
order
4
were they
picks in a
drafted
row. They were drafted in JSN, Quentin Johnston, Zay Flowers, Jordan Addison. There might be an argument that that's the correct order. So
yeah, I don't hate that at all. The Chargers next week, we already said they play the Commanders. I picked the Chargers. I think you did as well.
Yes.
And then Giants and Saints. I'm going the Giants.
Yeah, I'm going Giants. I think they just got more momentum going, but Spencer Rattler is due.
Yep.
Has to be.
All right, kick us off, Eagles Bucks. I believe this is the last game of the slate. Oh no, there's 2 more.
Yeah, this was a game where I wrote at halftime that the Buccaneers might be punching out of their weight class, but they fought. They fought hard in the second half. They came back. I think they were down. They were down big going into halftime. I don't have the halftime score. It was
like 31-13 at one point.
24-6
At half?
Yes, 24-6 at half. And
Yep.
I thought it was kind of just over, but Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers, they just kept fighting, scrapping away, and a couple big plays got them back into the game. And Emeka Ibuka touchdown, 75 yards, I believe.
Yep.
Was huge. Baker fitted in a window that wasn't even there. Somehow that was beautiful. And then the next drive or two drives later, Bucky Irving gets a big 72-yard touchdown on another play where Baker just moves around the pocket very well and found him. And those were 2 massive plays. They kept fighting the offensive line. Wasn't great. This Eagles defense is good, but I think the Buccaneers, if they have a good first half, they would have easily been in this game and could have won. They had a chance late, but it's going to be hard to beat this Eagles team. But the Buccaneers, I think they can do it, but they got to play good for 4 quarters, not just 2.
Yeah, I'm not going to give them that much credit this game, actually. And I'm obviously, as you know, a Bucs supporter. I'm not going to give them that much credit. They sucked today. This was an Eagles ass whooping for most of the game. They had that big Bucky touchdown at the end and the big Emeka touchdown at the end. And outside of that, their offense was pretty bad. Mecca had that big catch, like you said, but when he was guarded by Quentin Mitchell, he was absolutely locked up. Six targets for him, 2 catches, 6 yards when being guarded by Quentin Mitchell. Eagles defense had a 40% pressure rate on Baker in this game. That's their best rate as a team since 2024. Even with Wirfs back, this offensive line was just not good for Tampa. One thing I will say that was good for Tampa, though, is Diaby had 11 pressures. That's something that Tampa really needed, was somebody like that in their pass rush. And they also did shut down A.J. Brown, who was really bad again, 2 catches, 7 yards. I thought he was going to be a lot better today.
Yeah, and Tampa's missing Mike Evans for a while still. So
yeah, they got Godwin back today.
They did get Godwin back. I don't know if Godwin's going to be that big of a factor this year coming off of the injury, but getting Mike Evans back will be huge. Jalen Hurts only finishes with 130 passing yards and 2 touchdowns, no picks. Not great for him, like you said. A.J. Brown shut down again, and he did send out a random tweet where people don't really he just posts like a picture of like a Bible verse or something. And
A.J. Brown?
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
He tends to do that, though, every once in a while.
Yeah. He just needs to read some books.
Although he, like, recently has been talking about just all he cares about is winning, blah, blah, blah. But then he does that. The quote is, or it might just be a book, if you're not welcomed, not listened to, quietly withdraw. Don't make a scene. Shrug your shoulders and be on your way.
I don't love that.
I don't know how to view that.
Next week, though, we got Eagles at home.
I do have one more thing to say, and that's if the Buccaneers do have a positive for this game, they, for the most part, shut down Saquon Barkley and the entire Eagles running game.
They did. Yeah, they did.
Held the Eagles to under 100 rushing yards. I guess Braden Mann's minus 34 rushing yards counts against that, though. So interesting.
Okay. Eagles Broncos here next week in Philly. I got Philly to keep going.
I got Philly to keep going as well. We didn't mention one thing, though. One more thing.
Yeah, good.
Record was broken in this game.
Which one?
Do you know?
I do not.
65-yard field goal by Chase McLaughlin, the longest ever outdoor field goal.
Oh, because obviously.
Brandon Aubrey's 66 was indoors.
Yes.
So the longest ever outdoor field goal, Chase McLaughlin. Interesting. Good for him.
Yes, good for him. Buccaneers go into Seattle. We talked about that game. I'm taking Seattle.
I'm taking the Buccaneers.
All right. Titans, Texans. Does this mirror you?
It's up to you. I mean, I'll do it. It wasn't much of a game here.
You might have more to say than me. I don't have much on this.
My big takeaway from this game was both teams looked terrible in the first half. Not good at all. Texans obviously pull away.
What was the final score?
26-0.
Yeah, that's right. I just wanted to hear you say that one out loud.
They finished well. The big takeaway for me is both offensive line sucks, but Woody Marks in Houston, that was a big game, maybe a breakout game. Another rookie running back. You can add him to the Omarion Hampton. He was a later round pick, but really was viewed as mainly just a receiving threat going for this team, but he ran the ball very well. 17 carries, was by far the lead back, 69 yards, a touchdown, and in the receiving game, 4 catches, 50 yards, and a touchdown. So a big game for Woody Marks. Nico Collins as well as a solid game, so nice to see that from him. C.J. Stroud, better, still not great, and it's really the offensive line is part of that issue. He had a play in this game where he was dropping back to do a play action and didn't even reach. I think it was Woody Marks in the backfield. Didn't even get close to faking the play action. He was already sacked by Jeffrey Simmons. So
yeah, that's bad.
It was like less than 2 seconds, less than a second maybe.
Offensive line is horrible. Cam Ward was not great, to say the least, in this game.
No,
but my God, do the Titans receivers drop so many passes? There's so many. There was one of his picks was because of a drop. It was a drop into a pick, and I feel bad for Cam Ward. This team sucks. The Texans, they got to 26. They struggled to get there, but they made it there. It was 6-0 at halftime, right?
Yeah, something like that.
I was considering betting the over for this game. Thank God I didn't.
Yeah.
Thank God. It was low too. It was 38, but I was like, thank God I did not. This was basically just exactly what it was. It's a rookie quarterback against the league's best defense.
Yep, and I mean, if you ask Cam Ward how he played in this game, his quote was ass. So
he said that?
Yeah, he agrees with you.
Good.
He said, if we keep it a buck right now, we ass as well. So not only he's ass, we ass.
Yeah. Good for him to say.
Wait, I like.
Said he was ass too?
Yeah, they asked him how he played. He said ass.
Okay.
And they asked him how the team played. He said, or how the team's outlook for the future is. He's like, we dropped a quarter of our games. We ass.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. Offensive line's not good. Yeah, they don't really have much going for them. Coaching is terrible. Kicking is terrible. Joey Sly had a chance to at least put up 3 points.
Yeah.
He missed 2 kicks in this game, so.
Titans go into Arizona next week. We both said that
Arizona
should be a layup for them. And then the Texans go into Baltimore, a team that's really struggling on defense versus a team that's really struggling on offense. That should be interesting.
That should be interesting. I don't really know which way to go. I'm gonna go with Baltimore though, but I mean,
we don't know about Lamar.
we don't know. Yeah,
I'm gonna say the Ravens too, just because they're at home. All right, you can take us here. Colts Rams.
Oh, Colts Rams. Okay.
Rams 27.
Yeah, Rams 27, Colts 20. In my opinion, the score should be 31-27 Colts, but that's just me. A couple interesting calls by the refs in this game. The offensive pass interference on Tyler Warren is the worst one. That pissed me off. I can't be too mad at the refs, so we did get a leverage call to win a game.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
But I did not think that was offensive pass interference at all. Barely even.
Did you think it was leverage?
No.
Oh, you
no. That week, yes. I'm not talking about on that play, like push off
no.
leverage. No.
You think that
it was leverage? Yes. I mean, Sean Payne said it was leverage, and he said it was a penalty, and he called it. So.
Oh, he called it?
Yeah.
He threw a flag?
Well, he called the play.
Oh, he told him to do it?
I think so.
That's
kind of
crazy.
the way he made it sound.
It was a penalty. I told him to do it. Okay, that makes
he said it was his fault. So he agreed with it being a penalty. So you can't deny that.
Yeah.
But
I agree it was a penalty too. I just was asking. That's all.
This definitely wasn't a penalty. Story of this game though: Daniel Jones, 2 picks. Finally turns the ball over. Looked human. We've been waiting for that. It just absolutely. I'm looking at the box score. I haven't looked at the box score for this game at all yet. And I see the Colts leading receiver, and it just kind of boils my blood, to be honest. Because it is Adonai Mitchell, who was maybe the worst player in this game, even leading the Colts with 96 receiving yards. Pulled a shades of last year with Jonathan Taylor against the Broncos, except I don't think he was celebrating when I watch it back. I think he was just kind of like, he was running on the sideline. He tried to reach the ball out for the end zone and fumbles it.
Yeah, JT's was more like cocky.
Yeah,
like
dropped the ball.
Yeah.
I don't think it was on purpose, but regardless, the number one focus should be to hold on to the football.
Yes.
And he didn't. And cost the Colts 7 points there. Couldn't do it. And then later in the game, Jonathan Taylor breaks a big 50-yard touchdown run. And who gets called for holding? Adonai Mitchell. So he took 14 points off the board, literally just on 2 plays. Like the guy, but so far his career has been mistakes, drops, and now literally dropping the ball and getting a holding penalty. Not good. Ran the ball okay. Daniel Jones was okay. I mean, still felt like they should have won the game. The defense for the Colts was all right outside of a couple plays where they only put 10 players on the field and give up a 90-yard touchdown to Tutu Atwell and Xavier Howard's existence. So, yeah, Xavier Howard was bad in this game. Puka Nacua, 13 catches, 170 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah. Not good at all. I'm going to go into this game. We have 3 games left, so I'm going to tell you, if you could pull up last week's episode, find who our knockout teams are, because I guess it's kind of a tease, but we're getting close to doing our 4th knockout team for week 4. Yeah, the Colts, one thing I saw going into this game is they're very, very good at getting to the red zone. They were first in the league in getting to the red zone, but not nearly as good as scoring touchdowns from there. They were 26th in touchdown percentage for the red zone attempts. Yes, they have more than everybody else, so it's harder, but still, they're not nearly as efficient at getting touchdowns as they are as just getting there, and that's why they have so many scoring drives. Obviously, Xavier Howard is the main culprit of the L's for the Colts this week. Just completely getting torched in that entire second half. You were just calling out his name as he was just getting torched over and over and over and over and over again. It's a bad choke from the Colts secondary in general. 10 players on the field in that game-losing touchdown with Tutu Atwell, 88 yards to the crib, 10 players on defense. Just, you can't have that happen if you're the Colts. Who do you blame for that? Do you blame Lou? Do you blame Steichen? Do you blame the players?
I think it's a combo of Lou and
Steichen.
The players.
Oh, not Steichen?
I think Lou and the players. I mean, Steichen doesn't run the defense.
Yeah,
that's
fair.
all Lou.
And
that's coming off of I think it's 1st and 10, so just cannot let that happen.
You said that the Colts are the better team in this game.
I do believe that, yes.
They might have been. However, though, they had 0 turnovers in the first 3 weeks of the season. They had 3 today.
Yeah.
So,
and
it wasn't. They did it to themselves in some in some extent.
The drop into the end zone was one of them, and then
That's true.
just chucking the ball deep was another one. So
That's true. Colts got the Raiders next week. They should win that.
We should win that. Just disappointing. Raiders don't have 2 elite receivers like the Rams, so Jarvis Ward can lock up one guy. He can't lock up 2.
There you go. And the Rams...
They need Jalen Jones back.
Rams got the Niners on Thursday Night Football in LA.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm going to go... I think the Rams are the better team.
Take the Rams as well. All right. We'll move into the Jaguars and 49ers here. Etienne is officially back this year. I didn't want to go and walk around talking about how great Etienne is until we see multiple weeks in a row of him performing. We've seen 4 in a row now. Etienne seems to be back. He's been good all year now. Very, very impressive win for the Jags. I mean, they're sitting at 3-1 now, which is just crazy.
Tied at the top.
They've been a shockingly good team this year. You got to give credit to Trevor Lawrence. You got to give a ton of credit to this defense. You got to also give credit to Liam Cohen, who took over this team and has gotten them 3-1 already. Purdy was back. You could tell he was not 100% though. He did not look great. We saw Jawan Jennings I think he might have died on that play, and he was laying on the ground for
some sort of liver injury, kidney injury.
I don't know what that was, but he was out for the rest of the game, I'm assuming, after that. But yeah, the Jags are super impressive, dude. I don't have Travis Hunter snap counts today. I usually have those, but yeah, they score when they have to on offense, and they've been pretty stellar on defense. They've been able to get to the passer. Their secondary's been good, and if we're starting to compile a list of teams we've been wrong about, Jags are probably one of them.
Yeah, I feel like they have to be in.
You've picked them to finish last, didn't you?
No, I think I picked the Titans to finish last. I don't know. We have to go
No,
back
I think
and
you
look.
picked the Titans to finish second and the Colts to finish last.
Yes, that might
and
be
the Jags third, I think.
Yeah, I think that.
What an order! You're gonna be so wrong.
I hope so. I hope I get
Colts
it in
are still
reverse
first,
order.
right?
Tied.
Or no? Oh yeah, tied.
Tied
3-1, 3-1, 1-3, 1-3.
Mm-hmm.
What a weird order.
Mm-hmm. What a weird order. And speaking on Etienne, I mean, I feel like I've been pretty vocal on being one of Etienne's biggest haters.
Yep.
Throughout his career, and I was right every other year, but I said it after week 1. I thought he looked pretty good, and he has. He's looked great this year. So I mean, I think he looks good now, and 124 yards and a touchdown. He's been great all year. Probably top 5. Has to be top 5 still if he was last week in rushing yards. Brian Thomas Jr. was a little bit better today. Does get 5 catches for 49 yards, better than what he's been doing. Brock Purdy coming back from the turf toe injury was solid. 300+ yards passing. The turnovers, though, are bad, and only having 2 interceptions is kind of lucky. Could have had more. So he's really going to get that figured out. CMC was still solid, but rushing the ball in general, Niners didn't do that well, and maybe this Jags defense is just decent. So we'll have to see. This is a interesting development that the Jags are a solid football team.
And I think this makes for maybe the toughest pick of the week for our look ahead here for our Week 5 games. Jaguars versus Chiefs, Monday Night Football in Jacksonville.
I'm taking the Chiefs.
I think I am too. But there's a chance the Jags are favored in that game. Actually, no, the Chiefs just had an ass whipping, though.
Yeah.
And then we just said 49ers, Rams, and you can take us into the Ravens, Chiefs then, speaking of that ass whipping.
Yeah, it was just an ass whipping. Lamar gets hurt. He doesn't come back in. Easily the best game of the year for the Chiefs. They finally showed up. The offense puts up 37 points on the Ravens defense, and part of that's maybe the Ravens defense isn't as good, but we'll have to see. Xavier Worthy, 83 yards, receiving. Kelsey, 48. Hollywood Brown, 38. It was really just let's see how many people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different pass catchers.
Wow.
For the Chiefs. So just all around, 4 different guys catch a touchdown for the Chiefs in this game. Just really good for their offense. Mahomes finally shows out, 4 touchdowns, no picks, big for him, and he continues to dominate the little rivalry he has with Lamar Jackson. I think he's like 5-1 now. So
yeah, I mean, he beats Lamar, he beats Josh Allen every time in the playoffs.
In the playoffs, Josh Allen. Yeah, but this is just pure domination on regular season and playoffs.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I think it's the classic, the classic Brady almost to an extent. Like even when the Patriots would have bad years, he would usually get up for these games where he's playing against the Mannings and the Ben Roethlisbergers and of the world. And am I blanking on somebody like a Phillip Rivers or whatnot? He would always get up for those games, even when his team was having a bad year. The Chiefs were having a bad year so far; they were 1-2. Mahomes goes against a guy who has 2 MVPs in the past 5 years. Maybe should have had 3, and he goes out there and he beats them when both teams desperately need a win. So, I mean, it's huge. This is a monster win for the Chiefs. Mahomes was great. He's having a much better year this year in the regular season already than he was last year. I don't know what he is QB fantasy ranked wise, but I know he was like 18 going into the week this week, and he had 27 points. So I'm going to assume, yeah, he's 9 right now. So he's been a lot better. I know he was like QB 20 or something in fantasy last year. So that's huge that he's been a lot better. This is the Chiefs defense as well that really struggled through the first couple weeks, but they really started getting home today. They were defending well in the secondary. We had this Ravens team who was called the NFL's best roster for weeks in the offseason. Weeks. They start 1-3 now to start this season. Their secondary is absolutely banged up. And like we already mentioned, Matabuke, Travis Jones, Van Noy, they're all out. But this offense has to go and step up and make up for their defensive injuries. They have to. That's what it comes down to. You got to put it on Lamar. And obviously now Lamar has an injury and the offense is going to struggle now too. But yeah, if you're the offense, you got to go find a way to get points and give your team a chance if your defense already going to give up a ton of points. They were able to do that to an extent against the Lions, but they were not able to do it today against.
And this is a Lamar who hasn't really been hurt, I feel like, in a while. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's been
the last time he's really picked up an injury and taken out of a game, but
yeah,
he's gonna have to be better. And he's already now sitting at 1-3 in a hole. It's gonna be hurting him for a third MVP, which in the long run doesn't matter, but
yeah,
is part of the MVP race. I don't know. Do you have the box score pulled up by any chance?
I do.
No, don't look at it. Don't look at it. Don't look at it.
Yeah, okay. I have the Jags one pulled up still. So.
Okay. This is not a recipe for the Ravens to win games. Can you guess who the leading rusher is for the Ravens?
It's not going to be a running back. It's not going to be a QB. Is it likely?
No, it's Justice Hill. He had one
Oh,
big
really?
run. He had that one big
Yeah,
run.
yeah, you're right. Yeah,
The 71. I mean, it was a 71-yard touchdown. So,
yeah, so I guess that plays, yeah.
It is a massive run, but you do not want him being the leading runner for this team. Derrick Henry, 8 carries, 42 yards. That's 5.3 yards per carry, but still only getting 8 carries is not ideal.
Yeah.
You need to start the game running the ball more. But yeah, it's not ideal. Zay Flowers, 7 catches, 74 yards. And Justice Hill as well, 5 catches, 41 yards, and a touchdown in the receiving game.
Maybe he's a waiver guy.
If you're in a 32-man league, that was a hell of a start.
Oh, for sure. And we already talked about Ravens Texans. We talked about Chiefs Jags. So our final game here, Bears Raiders. I will take us away here. The Bears beat the Raiders by blocking a field goal to win the game, 25-24. Weird score here. Kevin Byard was everywhere in the first half of this game. He had 2 picks. Max Crosby ended up getting a pick. This was just a pick fest in the first half. Caleb, I know they won this game. He had his moments. He looked significantly worse today than he did last week. The pressure definitely did not help at all. This was the Genty show for the Raiders on offense. So 3 touchdowns. He had over 100 yards, dominant. He had, going into this game, he had more yards, as we said last week, after contact than total, which is just an absurd stat. He was ranked 4th out of all running backs going into this week with 30-plus carries and elusive rating, which just means his stats suck, but all the advanced metrics show that he's actually a pretty good running back. And we saw it today. He had his opportunities, and he went off like 30-something fantasy points. But just when you thought the Bears were dead, Caleb Williams, who was not having his best game, puts together a great drive, 69 yards, 5 minutes and 6 seconds at the end of the game, takes the lead by 1. They miss a 2-point conversion. And then, of course, they block the field goal to beat the Raiders 25-24, and they go 2-2 into the bye.
Yeah, big momentum for them going into the bye. They needed it. Caleb Williams was okay. Swift still only 2.7 yards per carry on the ground. Not good for him. Odunze's the only guy in this offense. I feel like that's performance maybe above expectations to start the season. 4 catches, 69 yards, and a touchdown for him. He was decent. DJ Moore quiet again. Luther Burden after his big week last week didn't do too much, but the defense was solid for him. And they held Geno Smith to 117 yards, forced him to 3 interceptions. The only issue for the Bears defense right now is they're just bad against the run. They just cannot stop it. Ashton Genty, 21 carries, 138 yards and a touchdown, 6.6 yards per carry. And the 138 yards is usually just bad in general, but when it's against this Raiders offensive line, makes it that much worse because this Raiders offensive line is awful. There's still a couple carries where Genty gets the ball and he has nothing he can do. I mean, the 3rd and 1 late in the game, there was really nowhere for him to go. The Bears made a big stand there, held him to a field goal, and ultimately it gets blocked and the Bears win the game. But just this Raiders offensive line is awful.
and the Bears somehow made them look good.
The Raiders made them look decent, I guess.
Yeah, and the Bears' offensive line was horrible. And I love Ben Johnson, but he's not going to be able to cook as much as he wants to cook if his offensive line isn't playing.
I mean, they can't run the ball.
It's a problem. It's a serious.
They have to be able
problem.
to run the ball.
But
I don't know if part of it's Swift too. I don't think Swift's that good, but
maybe they'll figure it out in the bye week though. And
yeah,
they needed to get this win. Huge bye week. They needed to get this win though.
They need
this would have been a tough loss in a division where, I guess the Vikings did lose today, but it's a good division. You can't lose those out of division matchups to bad teams.
They just need to go into the bye week and get a big win there, and come off 3 straight wins and get going.
Like that's the benefit. But Bears, they win this game that they should win. For example, the Packers, they go and they play an AFC bad team last week and they blew it. Those games are going to come up huge when it comes to the division race here at the end.
Yeah, I don't think the Bears are part of that race though to win the division.
I don't think they are either, but just counting them in there for whatever's sake. We already said Bears bye week, and then the Raiders Colts. We both picked the Colts. I know I had you pull up the knockout thing, but I have it here, so I actually don't need it anymore. But
I was trying to figure out. I think my 3 was
yours 3 were
Saints, Titans, Jets, right?
And mine were Saints, Titans, Browns.
Okay.
Which I feel good about now. We clowned me for a minute there for picking the Browns. I have my pick.
Let me guess, it's the Jets.
I'm gonna go with the Jets, like I said last week. Basically, like we said, we haven't seen anything from them since last week, but they were the team I meant to pick instead of the Browns. I'm happy with my Browns pick though now, because they suck.
Yeah.
But no, the Jets. I like Justin Fields, but I just don't think they have enough defensively and offensively. You got Justin Fields with one good weapon and a bad offensive line, and then Aaron Glenn, a first-year head coach. They're already 0-3. It's pretty tough for an 0-3 team to go and make the playoffs. So my 4 now will be Saints, Titans, Jets, Browns.
I really want to get aggressive.
Get aggressive.
Of course you want me to.
Don't pick the Browns.
See, that's what I don't want to do, but then I'd be picking either the Dolphins.
You can always pick the Browns later.
No, I could, but I mean, the issue is the Monday night games would be a massive factor on who I would pick. Otherwise,
yeah.
I want to get aggressive
Giants?
and pick the Texans. I just want to do it so bad, but I'm not going to.
Giants?
No, don't try to influence me.
I'm just giving you suggestions.
Because you know what? Because you're giving me suggestions, Browns.
Okay.
Browns.
Cool. All right,
I'm keeping it chalk.
We have the same 4 now.
I'm keeping it chalk.
It gets interesting, though, after this. Next week, it's going to get interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I would pick the Giants, but Jaxson Dart was decent. I think losing Nabers kind of cooks them, though. But that defense, like them and the Browns, I guess both have good defenses. But
maybe I'll pick the Cardinals next week.
I might get frisky and pick the Raiders next week if that
there we go.
rushing attack continues.
All right. That will be it, though, for this episode of the Engage 8 podcast. We will be back next week for the Week 5 recap, injury update, and, of course, our weekly NFL knockout game. If you are not already, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button if you made it this far. Hit all the links in our description for TikTok, Spotify, social media, and all that good stuff. And we'll see everybody in the next one.